Hey guys, welcome to day 27 of my carnivore journey. Just wanted to say thank you guys again for all of your love and support and the tons of comments along the way. I mean, you guys are fantastic. Seriously, I cannot ask for a better group of followers so far. Seriously, the love and support. I mean, you guys are ridiculous in a good way, Okay, I don't know if you're sharing my videos or what, but we have really climbed up. We're up to like 259 subs as of recording this video. Holy crap, guys. Again, thank you from the bottom of my heart, seriously. My humble diary channel, you know. Okay, speaking of diary, I want to get through some things. So remember I told you guys I made some butter bites and they weren't going to be ready till today. And I was kind of nervous because I think I possibly could have browned them too long. Maybe I burned the butter. I don't know. They just were kind of dark. I'm nervous. So guess what? I decided after dinner tonight, I've got my butter bites right here in my Tupperware container. I have not even tried one little piece, but I'm going to try them for you here on the video. Now there's two halves. So basically, because I did 2 sticks of butter, one stick is really going to be these heart-shaped ones right here. Looks like it's got like a hole in the middle, but it's just a piece of something. So you can see there, this is the heart-shaped ones. And this actually has just a touch of cinnamon, just a small light dusting of cinnamon in the mold. So I thought we're going to try that first. And then the other batch is going to be these right here. Yeah, I know. Kind of look like, you know, I don't know if I want to say what they look like. Whoop, you. Yeah, these were supposed to be my cactus. And apparently cactus molds aren't good for... I think I have one that kind of survived. There's actually... There's actually supposed to be a third branch. And, you know, apparently, you know. So a lot of them really just look like this. My butter dicks. Okay, anyway, sorry. You know me. I can't help myself. Okay. So we're gonna try now the butter dick. I mean the cactus ones. These are just unsalted butter. No, nothing at all. These are just pure. And of course, these have that very bit dash of cinnamon. So we're gonna try the unflavored, so to speak. We'll try the unsalted, and I'm gonna see how it is. Okay, it's good. It's not burnt. I was worried. It really is weird because I thought I would like, I almost thought the salted butter was going to be slightly salty. I think it was just the first bite or two I ever had of them. I kind of adapted to them. And now the unsalted butter, it's okay. But I got to say, I prefer the salted. Damn. Okay, well, let's try just the dash of cinnamon heart shape. Let's see how that is. Right, so there's a whole thing on that one. I'm hardly getting any cinnamon. Yeah, that butter flavor is, I guess, stronger than whatever cinnamon. Like, I mean, maybe at the very end I can just get a very, very subtle hint. Oh, man. Did I forget to bring a napkin? I'm just going to lick my fingers. All right. So there we go. These aren't bad. I'm going to use them. I may even throw them in some stuff and cook with them because I don't know if I want to have them as a treat. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, I really actually prefer the salted ones. I'm surprised. I mean, I guess I'm not surprised, but my first impression was that they were kind of salty. But again, I kind of got used to that. And now I don't know if my body just craves salt a lot more now. I don't know, but I gotta say, I like the salted ones better. So those are okay. Like I said, they're not bad. So I'll probably have them. I needed a few things of butter tonight. That's why I figured it'd be perfect to try them for you guys. Okay, so let's get right to it. I actually did not have anything after the last video. It was kind of late last night, and then I just got home so late I didn't have a snack. Sleep-wise, so I had a decent night's sleep. When I did fall asleep, I was pretty solid, but I started getting stupid like spam calls, and it was pissing me off. It was pissing me off because I was trying to sleep in a little bit, and I was sleeping so good, and then I would just hear woo, woo. I'm like, oh, what is that? And I had to check, and I thought I silenced. I was like, oh, and I don't. I guess in my, like when you're like half sleeping, you know what I'm talking about, and you just can't quite think. You're still kind of like half in a dream, half awake, and you're trying to do shit, and your mind's just like not cooperating. Well, that's what was happening to me, and I thought I had put it on Do Not Disturb, but then I swear to God, I was like 15 minutes later, boo, boo. I'm like, God damn it, stop it. I'm just trying to sleep. It's fucking Saturday morning. Sorry for my language. I can't help it. Anyways, so yeah, I ended up getting on Do Not Disturb, but by then it was almost too late because I had to get up for freaking, the last minute shopping. Last minute Christmas shopping sucks. Okay, it does. But I got up. I had what I call shopping coffee. So I made myself a coffee. Again, same thing I normally do. Coffee with some heavy cream. And I actually made my wife a shopping coffee. Hers, of course, had like the sugar and like a peppermint mocha creamer. So I made her fancy little coffee. She doesn't drink coffee a lot. So I made her, and so I made us shopping coffees to take with us, and we put them in like our little, like kind of like our tin things. This is our Dunkin' Donuts mugs. We have different ones. She has a pink one. I have one. This is ice water, by the way, tonight. Since I already have my coffee in the morning, I'm just gonna do that. The ice water. I don't really feel like another coffee after dinner, which surprises me. Normally it's like a thing, like after dinner, boom, I want a coffee. But those butter bites I just had just gives me that psychological feeling of like, hey, dinner, boom, habit of whatever. So I had that. So let's see. I did snack on a few pepperonis because my family decided to have pizza. It was a shopping day. Again, not a lot of time to cook. So I was going to do a carnivore pizza. As you guys know, I've done a few of them before. But this time I was going to do a chicken Alfredo carnivore pizza. It was going to be a chicken crust with an Alfredo sauce and then bacon, like crumbled in like just on top for like, instead of pepperonis and stuff. And I was just going to bake that. So it's just going to really be like chicken Alfredo in a shape of a pizza. That's what I was going to do for my dinner. But I got to the freaking store and there was 2 things of pork sausage at the one store and it was frozen. For some reason, it wasn't. Normally, they're not frozen. They're just like refrigerated. But they must have had them in the back and brought them out. But they were freaking frozen. So there was no way I was going to be able to use that for dinner time. Because this was like, we were shopping like up until like almost dinner time. So we went to another store. Like we came home, unloaded all the holiday last minute shopping and groceries and stuff. I went to another store by myself, and then I went in and they didn't even have any ground pork. They didn't have any ground chicken, because that was the thing. If I couldn't do ground chicken, I was going to do ground pork, because I also heard that's another great flavor, because pork is a little more of a neutral flavor, and you can really make a good pizza crust with that pork, cheese and eggs, and breadcrumbs. I don't know if it's cheese. I know it's like eggs and maybe pork crumbs. So like it could be like pork, pork rind crumbs and egg, maybe. I don't know. I have to look it up. But I didn't do it. That's the thing. I got to that store. They didn't have any ground whatever. And I could have made the chicken crust out of like canned chicken. Apparently that is some other recipes. But it's like, I probably would have had, I didn't want to have to buy like 4 can, like this stuff's expensive. Like canned chicken right now is pretty expensive. And I just didn't feel like doing all that. And then I remembered I had these bad boys. So, yeah, I had a couple chuck eyes. So those are chuck eye steaks. And if you don't know, it's a part of the animal that is like right as you go into the ribeye section. So they're kind of like pre-ribeyes, right? They're like right there at the ribeye section, and so they're called chuck eyes. And the butcher was telling me about them. He recommended them to me, so I figured, hell, why not? And so I fried them up, like I seasoned them all up while I was making my family dinner. I let them kind of rest and absorb that salt and everything. And I heavily salted them. I was like, I salted them more than my top sirloins, and these were thicker as far as just thickness. Now the two that you saw in the picture, I didn't take a picture of when they were cooked, when they were final. I just, I ate one at a time. I didn't feel like doing a weird thumbnail like that. I just wanted to show you guys that I had those. But that's all I had was those two chuck eye steaks. Now I ate most of them. They were total weight. I ate both of them because total weight was 1 pound and 17 ounces. So I would say probably there was like just enough fat and like the kind of fat that I couldn't eat. So there was a little bit of scrap left. So I'd say I had about a pound of meat today, a pound of chuck eye meat. And it was good flavor wise. I enjoyed it. Now, I will say that when you look at the package and you get those 2 steaks, it seems kind of cheap because it's like $12. But then when you think about it, you're still only getting like a little over a pound of meat. So if I have to spend that much, in all honesty, so far, top sirloin has been giving me the most bang for my buck. I've been getting these big fat, you guys saw the pictures, takes up half my plate. A big old steak, I can eat like 98% of it or 99% of it. And they taste amazing. They cook right up. And I'm only maybe averaging $6 to $7 per pound on that versus this one, which technically is about $12 for the pound. So I thought maybe it'd be a little cheaper, but anyways, the butcher talked me into it. I figured I'd try it. He was like, "Hey, did you try this?" Because I told him I was doing some carnivore stuff. But with my family having pizza, I made them. They wanted frozen pizzas. Actually, they didn't do the pickup stuff. There's a couple particular types of frozen pizza they like that come out really good. So I made those, and since I had the oven on, guess what? I took advantage of, and I had a package of bacon that was thawed and ready to go. So I went ahead, and while I was waiting on their pizzas, I went ahead and laid up some parchment paper and laid out a bacon thing. So, and I put that in the oven at the end. And once I got all the pizzas done and I had my steak done, I put the bacon in there for like, I want to say total 19 minutes at 400 degrees. And the bacon was like crispy. Now, one thing I also did is I had, remember guys, I told you I had my bag of pepperonis. So I snacked on a couple of those, like I was saying, while I was making dinner. But I actually took like 8 of them, and I actually laid them sort of in a couple of little holes on the tray where the bacon is, and I put like 8 of those on the bacon, the raw bacon, like in between some of them, and then I put it in the oven. So after that 18 minutes, I pulled out the bacon. Bacon was going to be crispy. And those pepperonis, oh my God, I took them off there. And I set them off to the side. They crisped up. They were like freaking pepperoni chips. Oh my God. They just like, they had some bacon flavor to them. Oh man. Talk about a treat. It was just pepperoni bacon treats. Pretty much like just, anyways. Yeah, that was great. So that's all I really had, and then of course the 2 bacon bite or butter bites that you actually witnessed me eat. That's all I've had today, and I feel good. I don't feel like I'm starving right now. Of course, that may change, but I've been feeling pretty good. Earlier, I actually went poop earlier, and it was normal poop. And this is like me drinking my regular coffee every night, as you guys know. So I kind of don't want to push my luck and have a second cup today, because I have a feeling then that might, shift the paradigm. I don't know. But yeah, that might be something I may want to avoid. And so that pretty much covers about everything I wanted to talk to, except for there's 2 more subjects I want to at least cover a little bit. And one is working out. Now, I know this is something I haven't really wanted to talk about much. Because I just wanted to stay focused on all that. I didn't want to get sidetracked in a whole nother discussion about working out. But I have had a few comments on it, and one person was like, hey, if you start hitting the weights along with this carnivore diet, you're going to be a beast, And I get that. And trust me, I would love that. I'm not opposed to working out. One of my favorite workouts, and I'm going to be honest with you, I've done like a ton of workouts. I don't do well with I don't go to a gym and just go around to machines. I'm not like that. I've tried it over the years. People have recommended, well, do this, follow this right here, like do these reps or do this. They trust me. Save your advice on gym stuff. I'm just letting you know. Save your advice on gym stuff. Believe me, it's nothing personal. If you guys want to give me advice on the coffee and food, I didn't get any coffee. I didn't get any espresso tips. You guys just kept saying, drink your coffee, whatever. That's awesome. But I really would like to know a little bit more about espresso. All right. So guys, let me know. You guys kept telling me, hey, I just drink my coffee with some creamer or whatever. And you guys were telling me that, or you were just telling me, hey, don't worry about what they said. Drink coffee. Well, I'm not bothered by what they said. I just want to know, like, am I missing out on something on making a good espresso? Like, I'd like to try it. I'm not fretting about it. Just want to try it. In a world where you don't have a lot of variety, it's fun to try to at least have some type of variety within that narrow window. You don't want to get food fatigue. And I know there's going to be some people, some of these diehard people that's like, I eat steak every day. I don't get tired of it. I get that. And I love my steak. So far, every time I've had a steak, it's just been phenomenal. Tastes great. I love it. But there is a part of me that I have such a deep connection with eating a variety of foods and flavors that, there's going to be times I'm going to want to shift it up just a little bit. That's why I figured I would have like a chicken Alfredo pizza tonight. We got Christmas, and I'm not trying to rationalize it, but I'm just saying, for me, it was like, hey, my family's going to have pizza. I don't really want pizza. I am starting to get better at not fully craving their stuff. Like when I see their pizza, I'm getting better at it. So that's good. Yay. But I wanted to have the carnivore pizza, but it didn't work out. I ended up having steak, and it still was great. Like salty flavor. Chuck eye was great. Love it. But I'm going to probably go back to top sirloin if I'm going to have steak again, only because of the cost ratio. So far, that seems to be about a decent cut. It's got some fat in it, but at the same time, it just seems to be a really good cut of steak. So I'm going to probably stick with that. Anyways, but yeah, the espresso coffee, guys, I definitely want to know more about it. Don't let me down on that, please. I need to know. Somebody, y'all talk about coffee, so come on. You gotta hook me up. Hook me up. All right. What was the other thing I was getting ready to say? Dang it. I'm blanking out on something. Oh, working out. So, guys, so working out, right? My favorite workout of all time is the original P90X by Tony Horton. Okay. I know. I've tried Shaun T. I've tried different Team Beachbody workouts. Okay. I've also tried Les Mills Combat. Guys, I have tried so many workouts. Okay. I have. And there's a lot of great workouts. My wife, you have to find what you relate to, what you also feel good with your body, and what I like about Tony Horton's P90X is that even to this day, because I just did it not that long ago, believe it or not, I actually had started working out, but I didn't do any dieting. I was just like, well, I'm going to start working out and maybe just kind of watch my food. Well, that didn't really work out. I lost like 15 pounds. I got down to like that 300 range almost. But again, but what's nice about the Tony Horton, the P90X is, the things that he says, the motivation, and then all of the workouts, they don't make me feel uncomfortable, and they just put me in a good spot. Now I've done some of the sequels, and you really want to do the original first before you graduate to like P90X2, or if you try P90X3 or anything like that. And like I said, in some of the other workouts, they were doing some weird stuff. And like, that was the thing I didn't like about Les Mills Combat was I love the kickboxing stuff. Like when I would get in there and be like, whoo, and doing the jabs and stuff, whoo, and that was all fun. But when they would do the strength training stuff, they had some weird shit, man. Like some of the moves, it felt like it was going to hurt me. It didn't feel natural on some of their workouts. I'm like, what are they doing? I just didn't like that part. So I could never really do their strength training part of it. I wasn't a big fan of that. But all the kickboxing and that was fun. Like I said, there's Turbo Fire by Chalene Johnson. Like my wife loves that one. That's one of her favorites, like classics, like Turbo Fire. I did some of that, but again, not really my style. I've done a ton of them, guys, a ton. One of the first ones I did from Team Beachbody was Rockin' Body by Shaun T. Now that was like the dance one, right? Rockin' Body was actually pretty fun. And we were, that's what I started out on. I started out at Rockin' Body, and I think I lost like 19 pounds while dieting doing Rockin' Body. And then I went to P90X, and then my wife went to Turbo Fire. And the P90X, like I said, and the other thing also that I like about P90X, I'm not trying to sell it, but for some of you that maybe you've always been looking for like a workout that if you can get a copy of the original program, what I like about it is Tony Horton does a really good job at alternating your muscles, muscle confusion, but also it's a variety. So you get your strength training, you get your cardio, jump training, you get like your yoga. And I know some people might be like, yoga, like, oh man, yoga, that's like some yuppie stuff or whatever. No, man, yoga is, when I first did yoga, let me tell you, when I first had to do the yoga part of the workout, and this was like a long time of the first time I did P90X, I was actually in better shape then, and I was thinner doing it. And my wife was watching me trying to do the yoga, and I'm like starting to like drip sweat. And I'm not a heavy sweater, but like I started like dripping sweat. And she's like, "What's the matter with you?" She's like, "Why are you straining? Like you're just posing." She's like, "What are you doing? Like why?" And she didn't get it. And finally, I'm like, "You do it. I want to see you do this yoga workout." And so she did. She was like, "All right, fine," And then she started getting into it. Then she realized, holy crap, yoga's no joke. Okay. It is a much more intense workout than people realize. So ever since then, I've been a big fan of, or maybe not fan, but I would say I definitely appreciate yoga and its place. So with that being said, if I do work out again, I'm going to go back to do my P90X and do this because, again, I get that strength, flexibility, cardio. I get everything. And what's great about it is you do your best. And like Tony Horton always says, do your best and forget the rest. And so it's really cool. So you just try, and he tells you, hey, you may only be able to do one this time. Maybe next time it'll be two. In fact, and I don't always like to keep bringing up certain people, but guys, if you watch, Rick Van Man, like a lot of you came from his channel, you probably have seen on his stuff. He's like, hey, I'm going to do like one push up. And he did. He got one, and he started to try to do two, and he struggled. Remember that? And then the next day, day two, he did like two. And then day three, did three. And he got to that point, and then of course, when he had Alex over, right? He was able to like pound out 8, and then guess what? He just did like 10. So little by little, he's just getting more and more. And that's what I'm saying. And that's the whole thing, even like with P90X, is like Tony Horton, he just says, hey, you don't have to keep up with us, but one day you will. One day you'll get there. But he's got some dad humor, in there. And that might be another reason why I probably like him, But I don't even know if he is a dad, but he's just got that, that sort of that sense of humor. But again, I can't talk enough about P90X, man. It's just been all around one of my favorites. I've tried a bunch of them. I try to go to I can't go to a gym and do my own thing, or I just don't. I don't go. I've got a garage that I've got my own little workout area. I've got curling up weights. I've got the stretch bands. I've got a little mini gym. It's just, here's the thing, and this is why I don't talk about working out much. It's the time. Okay, as you guys may or may not remember, I have 3 jobs. And when I was doing P90X not that long ago, what I was doing was I was shaving off sleep time in the morning. And so instead of getting up at like I have to be to work at like 10:30, and I take my shower at night. So I don't get up and take showers. I take a shower at night. And so I would come home, take a shower, and I get to bed by like 3 a.m. And then what I was doing is getting up at like, what was it, 8:30, I want to say? I think I was doing 8:30, and then I would, get up, go to the bathroom, whatever, and just get ready, put on my shorts and workout clothes basically. And I would go down and I would work out, and most of the workouts are like an hour long. I know they're not no 20-minute, whatever, but his workouts are an hour long. There's a reason for them. And he even tells you, hey, this ain't, this is work. But they're about an hour long. So I would usually work out from like 9 to 10, and then I would get cleaned up, and get ready for work. And I'd leave for work at 10:30. And that was working for a long time. I did it for 3 months. But I got to tell you, at the end of those 3 months, I was just getting so burnt out. I was getting tired so much because I wasn't quite getting enough sleep. I mean, I was always consistently I was only getting maybe 5.5 hours at the most. And that's if I fell asleep quickly and slept solidly until the alarm went off. So it just was catching up to me. It was really tough. Now, I may be willing to do something like that, but I wanted to try to get through really far into this 90 days and see what happens. And who knows, if I get to a certain point, I may feel consistently good enough to adjust my schedule and say, you know what, I'm going to try it again. I'm going to start getting up. I'm going to go down. I'm going to start hitting but the only problem too is now we're in the dead of winter, and the garage, it doesn't have, I do have a heater. I don't think it has a timer, but I probably could start putting the heater out there. I don't know. We'll see. But guys, I just wanted to address that with the working out thing. It's not that I don't. Like I said, guys, save your tips for the gym. Trust me, I get it. Like there's some of you that maybe go to the gym, and sometimes people are like, hey, just go for a walk and blah, blah, blah. I don't walk in my neighborhood. My neighborhood is like freaking hills, like steep ass hills. And I know people's gonna be like, well, that's good. No, it's not. But no, I if I'm going to work out, like I said, I'm going to do P90X, and yeah, and you'll probably see me really start to chisel it off, and I will. But I kind of want to see how this goes, and I want to get it. Like, I don't want to put too much on my plate. That's one of the problems I always did before, was like, I'd be like, all right, I'm going to diet and I'm going to like work out. And so then I would like diet and I'd work out, and then next thing you know, it's like, I'm just doing so much to my body that my body's just like, F you, dude, So I just want to get this down. I want to get this down first. I want to get my eating under control. I want to get the carnivore thing down, and I want to see how it makes me feel, and just do things like that. And then once I really get, once I get a good grasp on carnivore, maybe before the 90 days is up, or maybe even after, I don't know. But I know I do want to get back to working out, because when I was doing the P90X, even if I wasn't dieting back then, which wasn't that long ago, it's like I still felt good, about it. I mean, am I one of those people that naturally feel good? Like, I still don't get it. People are like, well, if you work out, you're going to get a natural high. You're going to feel good. You're going to feel good about yourself. You're going to want to work out. Man, screw you. I wish I could do that. I've worked out for, 3 months straight before. Multiple times. I've never got to the point where I enjoy it. Sorry. I don't know. Maybe that's why I suck at those things. I just don't get it. Some people, you guys, if you have that and you're like, oh man, I feel like crap if I miss a workout. Now, if I missed a workout, yes, I felt guilt. But as far as like feeling good, no, man. Most of the time I was sore the next day, or I was getting stronger, and I've got that old man strength or whatever. Like, I get it, but we'll see. I will get back into working out, but let me do that at my own pace. I've got to do this first. And then we'll see. And if I start working out, maybe I'll even film a little bit of it for you guys. Ugh, I hate that. I hate the thought of that. But we'll see. In any case, guys, this has probably been a really long video in a while. I'm sorry. I just got off on this whole tangent about working out and all this other stuff. And I just try to make it relatable to you guys, because, again, I'm just an everyday person. So, guys, we will see you. Tomorrow is going to be day 28. And tomorrow is Sunday. It's Christmas Eve. So, again, Merry Christmas to everybody. And I really hope that you guys have a great holiday. Seriously. And let me just say one more thing at the very end. On a serious note, a lot of you guys in the comments and a lot of people following, I really start considering you guys like extended family, and I want the best for you guys out there. So stay safe. I don't want to hear any bad things. Stay safe, keep strong, keep your head up, don't give up, guys. And then remember, I tell a lot of you that are going through this journey with me, keep me updated. Let me know, like, share some milestones. I mean, obviously you don't have to like comment every day. Like, you don't have to do a daily vlog in my comment section, but I want to know your milestones. I really do. And some of you, I'm already kind of knowing your situations. Some of you have medical situations, like Louise, for example, but there's some people I'm starting to know by name, and people that are really starting to comment a lot, and I'm starting to learn your stories, and so I want to know when you hit some of those milestones, and it just helps, and I think it helps for other people that read the comments too. So, guys, have a safe and wonderful holidays. Again, Merry Christmas, and God bless everybody. We'll see you tomorrow.